Once you are inside the virtual machine, virtual box, let us see how to start Hadoop or how to work with it. So this is the virtual box. You can adjust it to any resolution. So let me keep it this way. So this is the virtual box. This is my local system. This is my Windows system. And on the right hand side I have the virtual box. You can even highlight it, or you can put it the way, take the resolution that you like to. So within virtual box, we are going to start Hadoop, etc. So you have to open the terminal. This is called terminal. Most of the Linux operating system, everything works through commands. You need to give the command in terminal. Ubuntu is one of the easiest way to interact with Linux. It's almost like Windows version of Linux. Like there are so many shortcuts, but in general in Linux operating system you need to give a lot of commands. So commands need to be given in terminal. So you go to terminal, open the terminal. Okay, so once you have the terminal, then ls, click ls stands for listing of the files and folders. So ls lists files and folders, cd dot dot. So you go to home folder using change directory dot dot, you can go to home folder. So I entered home folder. Within home folder, these are the three folders or files that are listed down. Now within that, to start Hadoop, this is the command start, start all dot sh. To start Hadoop, you have to give start hyphen all dot sh. That will start Hadoop. The script is deprecated. Instead use start dfs.sh or start yarn.sh. They're saying the script is old style. The new style is you say start dfs or start yarn, but still start dash all, start hyphen all works. So though the script is deprecated, that is fine, we can still use it. So once you start all, why we have to write start all? Because Hadoop is like starting name node, starting the slave node, starting the resource manager. So Hadoop has so many components, right? So start all the components of Hadoop. That's why we write start all, start hyphen all dot sh. Now you have to enter commands only when you get the prompt like this. So now I can enter a different command. So when I said start all dot sh, looks like with if it runs without any error, you will get to see this screen. Then you are back again. Now to check whether really Hadoop has started or not, you can write a code called a command called jps. The current processes whatever are running, it will show the current processes. That is, secondary name node is there, node manager is working, data node is working, resource manager is working, jps we just started, name node. So Hadoop has started. Hadoop name node started, data node started, node manager, resource manager, secondary name node, all these started working. So Hadoop has just started. So now we will check out what is there on HDFS, Hadoop distributed file system. So what exactly are in Linux? So this is Linux file system. These are the files and folders that are there in Linux. Whereas within Hadoop, the scenario is different, right? Hadoop file system is slightly different. Okay. So here when we started Hadoop, we are running it in a pseudo cluster mode. Okay. Or pseudo cluster means, though we have just one system, Hadoop will act as if there are multiple systems connected. So Hadoop will think that okay, within this one machine it will think that there are several machines connected. So it will run it in a pseudo cluster mode. So HDFS everything will work automatically, imagining that there are multiple systems already connected. So this is not a real cluster, this is a pseudo cluster Hadoop that we are working with. But still HDFS and node manager, resource manager, data manager, everything are going to work. Okay, now we have started Hadoop. Let us see what are the files on Hadoop. So Hadoop FS, the code for that is Hadoop FS.ls. Let me explain you what exactly is this command. Hadoop For all the Hadoop commands, we need, they start with Hadoop FS file system, ls for listing the file. So you just write this command as it is. It will show, it will list down all the files on Hadoop file system. Within Hadoop file system, what are the files that are already there? Looks like there is something called R count, big data, hive, map read, output sample, stock txt, student data, Twitter data. All these files are already there on Hadoop file system. So on Hadoop file system, there are some files that are already existing. This is how you can check, list down the files on Hadoop. You can also list down the files, or you can also check out, you can also look at the files from this Explorer browser window. You can go to browser, you can still access Hadoop files from the browser. So you click on the browser, then here you go to a particular place. Here you can go to localhost, this particular link. So you can copy paste the code from the code file that I gave you. You can copy paste the code from the code file. So this is where I need to go. So this is a uh, Hadoop system. You can directly go to this Explorer, Hadoop overview, what are the data nodes, what is the snapshot, all these things. Hadoop overview, how many clusters are running, all the information about Hadoop will be mentioned here. We are not going to uh, focus much on this one, but you can just browse through what are all like configured capacity, DFS, how much is used, distributed file system, what is left, etc. What are the data nodes, what are the data node volume features, snapshot, everything. But the one that we are most interested in is within utilities. We browse the file system, Hadoop file system. These are the files that are available on Hadoop right now, or perfectly if we want to say on Hadoop distributed file system. These are the files that are available. You can use them. These are already what is the what is the file size, how many replications are there, what is the block size, everything is mentioned. Block size is 128 MB. Any file that you put, it will be cut into 128 MB each. This file size is 37 MB, so it doesn't require to be cut. So there are 3 replication, which means 3 copies of this file have been put. Okay, we'll try to move one file onto HDFS and see how, whether it appears here on HDFS or not. In fact, we can click on that file and see whether, you know, what exactly that file contains, everything, you know, what exactly are the contents of that particular file. So this is Hadoop distributed file system. Why it's called Hadoop distributed file system? Because every file that you put on it will be cut into 128 MB pieces each. Now in our next exercise, we are going to see how do we move our local file from local directory into HDFS. So if there is a file that is existing locally, how do we move it from local to HDFS, Hadoop distributed file system?